KW6QUI or KN60ID? KA6S, over.
Okay, they're not there. Where are you pointed now, Ken?
That's what I'm getting at. Yeah, how you doing, buddy?
Ken?
Anything except the noise I got, man. It's horrendous on 2 meters right now. In fact, I got some kind of a signal that drifts back and forth across the band. I don't know where that comes from. Anyway, I'll stand by here, AA6S.
Okay, maybe you're hearing the same noise I've got here. I've got tremendous, it sounds like an ignition noise, but it was just horrendous. Over.
This here is just a big blob of snow that drifts back and forth, man, about a half-inch wide on the display of the ICOM. I don't know what it is.
Okay, the stream's back up, Mike.
Okay. And my noise is gone. Okay. Who can figure? All right. Well, nothing from QUI. Let's go over to Monterey.
Yeah, Roger. Give him a call and I'll see if I can hear him.
Yeah, and I can't log in to look at your solar stuff because the website, the certificate on the website expired, so I can't log into it. But last I looked at it, you were up in the 90%, so you got plenty of power. K6USY.
Yeah, no, it's with all the batteries and everything, it's fine. No, the flickering has gone away and the noise has gone away, so I don't know what's going on here. Anyway, let's see. Let me go just a little further and look for Scott here. WA6LIE, WA6LIE, Monterey, K6MYC. Scott, are you there?
Hey, Mike.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me have a break there for a second. Hey, Aaron, if you want to log out for just a minute, I will log in there and I will reset the solar stuff back up and log it in and all that, and then I'll log back out and you can return.
Okay, yeah, give me a second because I'm trying to fix another issue on my end, but I'll let you know when you can go in there.
All right, just let me know. W6BBS, back to net.
Okay, WA6LIE, Monterey, are you there? Nothing heard. How about KW6S? How about you, Tom?
K6MYC, KW6S. Yeah, I'm here and just made it to the radio.
Oh, okay, well, we timed it right then. We're going through some issues here tonight. Everybody's having some trouble. I had some power line noise. It was just horrendous. My lights were flickering. I thought it was related. Seems to all gone away now, or I'm back to normal. Anyway, good evening. And I did not hear anything from Scott, WA6LIE, but maybe we've also got, hopefully we have Lee in here this evening. So if you have anything, pass it on. We had a couple of little sprinkles of rain this afternoon, on and off, but nothing that would do anything except wet the concrete slightly and then go away. In 5 minutes, concrete was dry again. So you could call it a big smoke, all smoke and no fire, no real wetness. That KW6S in the group, K6MYC.
Yeah, I think in Texas they say all hat and no cattle. A big hat and no cattle. Yeah, we had kind of the same thing here. Not much water. Late in the day we did get a little bit. Didn't get to the radio in time to check 6 meters much. I think there was some openings. On the spotting it looks like there was, and I missed it. And I'm in the midst of rebuilding a couple of TH7DXX antennas, and then the one after that gets to be a KT34. So I've got quite a bit of antenna work still to do here.
You must be doing the TH7s for other people?
Yeah, all of them. My friend that lost several of his towers up in Santa Cruz Mountains here, he's moved some of the antennas around, and some of them didn't seem to get damaged in the fire, but they weren't performing like they should. So I'm redoing the TH7s. It's a stack of 3, and or stack of 4 maybe, and I'm doing 2 of them right here now. And then there's a KT-34 sitting in the weeds, and that's my next project.
Oh, goody. Okay, well, if you find you need anything, of course, we've got it over at the plant, so at least for the KT. Right, good. Sounds like you're loaded up there. And hopefully you'll get your friend back on the air there. Let's see if Lee is in here. How about it, Lee? KB6LEE near Watsonville, K6MYC in the Bozo group. Over.
KB6LEE, 10908, the countdown Bozo. I am here. Don't have anything really new to report tonight, but I don't think I'm going to be getting the antenna up, the Quaggy up for 4:32 tomorrow night. I think I'm going to be off the air for that. So contest weekend and stuff, I'm probably going to get a chance to play around with it and work with the beacon on Monday, Tuesday, something like that next week, because it looks like weather's supposed to be good, wind is supposed to die down, so it may be the right time.
Yeah, okay. So you're going to play the WPX contest, huh?
Well, I'm going to dip my toe in the water, so to speak. I never really contest very seriously. Again, I'm still station building, so I don't have everything all hooked up and all of the automatic logging and cat control and stuff like that. Yeah, I get in there and I try to work whoever I can, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, okay. We'll have fun. And we won't worry about looking for you tomorrow night. We'll probably talk to Tom, and if you are there, you can break in, and Tom will hear you, but we won't make a specific call to you or your direction, or to you. All right, good, Lee. Have fun in the contest, and we'll see you Sunday night, perhaps. KB6LEE, KW6S, K6MYC, getting ready to go into the Bay Area.
WB6JNN.
WB6JNN, very strong, Jim. Good signal.
Yeah, you're 5 over 9 here. No problem at all. And the internet was down for a bit here, but it's back on now, so I guess I can't complain.
Well, the internet on this end went out. I think it was something in our house. I don't know. Aaron called my son, Matt. I'm in the barn, so I can't go in easily and yell at him. And Aaron called Matt, and apparently Matt went in and reset things. I don't know whether it was Matt that brought it back to life or it came back to life by itself, but we are back up again. But that's what happened. We just lost internet for a few minutes. Over.
Yeah, that's okay. I just noted that it went off, and now it's back on. So I heard LEE there. Lee, I guess his name's Lee, right?
Yeah, Lee. And he's in a little town just east of Watsonville. I can never remember it.
Yeah, well, there's only one that's just east of Watsonville, and right at the moment I can't remember it either. Anyway, all right, let's see, today, I got some flying in today for a brief period of time, and had no problems. The wind wasn't bad, and a little cold out there, but aside from that.
Oh, very good. Yeah, we had a nice day here. It was nice until about 2:30, and then all of a sudden the clouds moved in, and we had I was out there working. I had sunlight and everything. All of a sudden the sun went away, and I thought I felt a drop of water on my head. I was on my hands and knees doing some weeding, and then I felt another drop on my head, and another one, and another one. And I thought, okay, what's going on here? And it did that for about 2 minutes, and then it stopped. I didn't get wet, and I didn't bother to stop what I was doing. I just kept saying, okay, what are you doing here? And it did it again 2 or 3 more times throughout the course of the rest of the afternoon, and wet the concrete, and then it would stop. Wet the concrete, and then it would stop. And 5 minutes later, the concrete would be dry, and then 5 minutes later again, it would start to turn black again or dark colored because of water, and then it would go away again. So that's all we got. Good. I'm glad you got some flying in. Good signal tonight. WB6JNN K6MYC. Looking for others in the Bay Area after you're through, Jim. Go ahead.
W6PQL.
Okay. You sound like you're in the room with me. Go ahead, Jim.
Oh, okay, yeah. You doubled with Mike, KB6WFC, who's also on frequency. Good evening to you. Good signal. I've seen it stronger, but that's what we got right now. And I guess nothing new to report. I keep thinking there must be something new, but it's pretty boring over here in beautiful downtown Fremont. K6MYC, W6PQL.
Okay, well, I had the antenna at 278, so I moved it to 288. Now this should be a little stronger for you.
Yeah, it looks good. About S8 over here tonight.
Yeah, no, it's just very solid. There's no hollowness, no flutter, no nothing. So very, very stable conditions as opposed to 1296, which was just dismal last night.
Yeah, it hasn't been very good lately, has it?
Oh, well, it wasn't very good last night. I thought we might get some of that tropo enhancement that Russ had been talking about, but boy, it didn't work its way up to 1296. I was struggling with everybody, even stations that I can work normally. Paul was S1, Q3 S1 pointed on the backscatter path to you. Normally he's 2 or easy copy, and I couldn't work him direct at all. I could barely hear N6RZJ with his dish. So it was terrible. We got three code letters out of Larry up in Las Vegas, or in Gardnerville, I should say. Got 3 letters out of him. So I knew it was him, but that's all it was. We just must have been a meteor burst or something. I just got 3 letters and it was gone. Never came back. So it was pretty awful. Okay, well, let me see. Let me get to KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie. Let's see how I'm doing with you tonight. See if your magic thing is still working. Go ahead, Mike. KB6WFC, K6MYC.
K6MYC, KB6WFC. Nice signal here over S9 for sure. And nothing new to report here. We have mist. No rain yet at my location, just mist, but they'll probably get some overnight. Back to you, KB6WFC.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, we didn't have anything. We had rain, but you couldn't call it rain. It didn't do anything. It was water coming out of the sky. You could feel it, but it didn't amount to anything. And you're strong again, very super strong. I could barely hear you on 1296 last night. You would fade up to Q5 and then fade down to Q2 and back again. So it was pretty awful. Very, very weak, but we did hear you. Thanks for checking in here, Mike. And I liked it. I like the new audio. I meant to comment on it the other night. It's easier to copy in the weak signal conditions. It gets through. It's very clear and perfectly balanced audio base-wise. Anyway, good evening and enjoy the weekend. Maybe we'll see you on 432 tomorrow night, hopefully. KB6WFC, K6MYC. Anybody else in the Bay Area? We're missing a lot of people.
AB6SR.
AB6SR. Good evening, Stan. Good signal.
Yes, you're a very potent signal yourself here. Great intelligibility as usual. Our weather sounded much like yours, intermittent sprinkles. The ground would be damp. 1 minute, 5 minutes later it's dry again. So morning was good. I thought of you. I was doing a bit of weeding. Nowhere near as much as you'd been doing. Didn't find any thistles either. So yeah, just some weeding. Did a few things around the house. Nothing much. I get hopefully to clean bill of health tomorrow. I go to see the surgeon who did the surgery at Good Sam, so
hope that'll be a good result second time around. Anyway, nothing. Oh, Gary and I, WB6WNI, we're putting together a little skid at 8 in the morning on 144.22. See if we can wake anybody up in the Bay Area here. It's unusual. So many people licensed and hardly anybody on. Anyway, that's it from me. Wished it would rain. The forecast seemed a little wrong. It says it's coming in at about 10 o'clock, but I don't expect too much. K6MYC, AB6SR.
Okay. Fine on everything and the waiting and all, but I didn't quite understand the thing you're doing with Gary. What frequency? 44?
No, 144.22. We have a little rag chew in the mornings at 8 a.m. here to see if we can wake anybody up.
Why don't you get on 200? Most people aren't going to just sit there and tune the band. If there's anybody on the band anywhere, they're going to be one of two places. They're either going to be here by accident or on 200 on purpose. Over.
Didn't hear anyone else, but I don't want to upset anybody else if they got better equipment and obviously better antennas than me. So I usually, out of conscience, move up 20. That's the only reason. But you're quite right. I don't know. So many people with 9700s you can see on the spectrum scope 20 kilohertz away quite easily. So not to worry. I just feel guilty when I'm sitting chatting to people on the calling channel. Back to you.
Yeah, well, most people don't look 20 kilohertz wide. They look 5 or 6 kilohertz wide. As we're doing here, I think Aaron says he sets mine at 5 kc either side of center. If you're outside of that, it won't be seen. I don't think you'd bother anybody. The day you bother somebody, you should stand up and cheer because it means somebody else is on the band. And if you're bothering anybody, they can certainly say, hey, there's an opening, E-skip opening into New Mexico. Could you guys move up 10 and you're done? It's simple. And they won't even call you a bozo. Over.
Yeah, okay. Well understood. I'll remember it next time. That's it. Wonder if anybody else is here in the Bay Area. As you say, not too many people, especially because you're putting in a fantastic signal here. Anyway, have a good evening, and that's it from me. AB6SR back to K6MYC in the Bozo group.
Yeah, well, what you can say is you're chatting with Gary there. When you're chatting, just say we're also open to anybody breaking in, and we're pausing between each transmission or so for listening for any other breakers in case we're bothering anybody. Let us know. You know, if you say that, you're home free, and somebody might even break in on you. But that's all you have to do. Then you can't be accused of hogging a frequency and just rag chewing for nothing. Just do that every now and then. Every time you turn it over, just say pause for anybody else. That's simple enough. And then if there's somebody that's upset with you, I don't think there's anybody in the Bay Area doing any VHF DXing anymore. They don't even know what E-skip is on these bands. And it won't start until May anyway, so you're pretty safe for a while, Stan. I would get on 200 on the hopes that you can get somebody else to listen more frequently. Over.
Yeah, okay. Yes, I usually do pause and wait to, let anybody else in, but didn't hear anything at all. So, yeah, all your points taken. I don't have anything else. So wish you a good evening and hope there's a bunch of other people wanting to chat to you. See ya.
Oh yeah, I'm sure we're getting pretty good check-ins. Let me see if there's anybody else in the Bay Area. We should have Ed in here and several others. Ed, are you here?
Yeah. Hello. Hi, Mikey and Stan and Jim. So let's see, kind of boring here in Saratoga, just like in kind of Fremont today. Although I am looking forward to visiting the lot that I purchased up in Idaho. It's a lot that overlooks the lake. Should be really nice. I bought it sight unseen, on the internet, and anyway, it should be pretty cool. K6MYC, WA6AXX.
Yeah, okay. Let me see if Jim's still here. I think he could give you the address to the lot so you could drive right up, or have a delivery made to the place so you could deliver a motorhome so you got someplace to stay when you get there. Jim, are you still here? W6PQL? Oh, Jim's off. You're going to have to wait till maybe tomorrow to catch him to get that address.
Yeah, we might be neighbors.
Right.
That's it.
He hasn't said anything more about that. I guess he's got that under control.
Yeah. And if he's listening, he may be irritated at me bringing it up all the time, so I'll stop.
Oh, I don't think so. I think it's a good thing.
Okay.
It keeps us aware of the fact that those things can happen in today's world.
Yep.
There's a big thing going on in New York City lately, and they've been just people walking along, and somebody walks up to you and just hits you right in the face. I have a whole bunch of those on TV today. What's with these people?
Oh, I think that's gone on since the days of cavemen.
Really?
Oh, yeah, you just walk up to somebody, pop them in the face. Yeah, that's been going on forever.
Not here. Even in weird California, they don't do that.
I'm just pulling your leg. Yeah, well, you know, there's like 330 million people in the United States, so it's going to happen.
How many people? 360 million.
I think it's 330 million, I believe.
Oh, did we kill off 30 million in the COVID thing?
No. But actually, I shouldn't count babies. So, like, I'll have to figure who's old enough to pop somebody in the nose. Age 5 and up, maybe, something like that. Anyway, that's enough. I'm sorry. K6MYC, WA6AXX.
Okay. See you later. Who else do we have in the Bay Area before we get on with this program? K6MYC, Bozo Net, Bay Area, last call.
Well, just finished dinner. WB6WNI 1090.
Good. And Stan was just telling me about your little get-together in the morning, and I suggested you move it from 144, 220 down to 200. You can always make excuses by saying, is there anybody else that wants to join this? Are we bothering anybody else? Go ahead. Otherwise, we'll continue here. You got more chances of getting somebody out of the woodwork.
Well, I have found the same thing, and Stan will appreciate this, that he represents 50% of the people I've heard on 200. The other 50% is, or the other Mike, QFO. I've heard nobody else on 200. But I agree with you, Mike. We need to just be there and see if you shake somebody out. And if you've done this long enough, you know there's a lot of people listening who will not respond for nothing. But someday, you know, you say something interesting and they jump in because they hadn't heard that before. So, yeah, I think there's not a standing line anymore. So, yeah, so stand 200. Back to you, Mike.
Yeah. What's your Bozo number?
The Bozo number is 1090. And, yeah, I don't have anything else this evening, Mike, but the noise level is really low tonight, so it is so pleasant to listen to the net and to say, so Mike, 73 to you, is anyone ever done the net? And there is great.
Yeah, no, our signal to noise ratio very good on everybody tonight. No flutter, no stumbling around here, even with the hills in the way. Good evening to you, Gary. Nice signal. And maybe I'll even listen on 144, 200 for you guys. Are you running horizontally polarized?
I am, but if you check in, I can go back and forth. It turns out Stan is so close, the 510 makes a huge difference going vertical.
Well, you mean he doesn't crush you if you go vertical?
No, I think what it is, though, is I'm talking to you on a beam that's dedicated in your direction, and, it's manually rotated, so I keep it facing you, and then with Stan, the Diamond X510 is a good choice because it's Omni, and we both come in like 20 over 9.
Yeah, but you won't hear anybody else, and they won't hear you, because everybody on 144-200 is supposed to be horizontally polarized.
There are a few exceptions, and that is WA6AXX. He comes in 40 over 9 no matter what antenna I use, so he's welcome to check in anytime.
Well, he's transmitting CP, that's why. He's transmitting circularly polarized, aren't you, Ed?
Yes, circular polarized.
Yeah, so he's going to be strong no matter what polarity you do. So you might as well leave it horizontal, and you got more chances of getting somebody else to hear you. Over.
All right. Well, Stan, I will give it a try. And, yeah, it is really amazing. Learning a lot with this. And then, I won't hold you, though, because, we've got to save something for the other net. Anyway, my 73 and 73 to everyone on the net. K6MYC-W6WNI.
Yeah, well, can you hear, Stan, when you're horizontally polarized with the antenna toward me?
Oh, absolutely. I heard him just fine.
Okay.
Yes. You know what? Possibly it's half a dozen of one or the other, but he was coming in S7 to this evening, which is plenty good enough.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I would say stay horizontal, just get on 200, and then you got an outside chance of waking somebody up. And if you're bothering somebody, they'd have to be a real asshole to call you a bozo. Over.
Double.
Okay.
Oh, Mike.
Okay. Probably doesn't need to be repeated, does it, Ed?
Well, not if you're going to call somebody a bozo.
Exactly. All right, 7-3, Gary.
No, 73, Mike. And you did get the number right. It was 1090.
Yeah, 1090. We got it. I've got a couple of guys with numbers at 1098 and 1091, and I get those three confused.
Okay, well, I understand. Anyway, we'll let you continue with the net, K6MYC-W679.
I guess my 87-year-old brain is starting to wear out. Can't keep you guys straight anymore. Okay, who else we have in the Bay Area? I'm missing some real good ones. KB6BA, how about you, Oliver? How about KA86KLY? AD6SOK? I guess we're getting nobody. How about K6ERF? How about you, Ross? Who is that? Say it again. Say it again.
Golf Yankee.
Golf Yankee. WB6GGY. Is that you, Phil?
Roger.
I got you checked in, but I can't hear you when I'm pointed in the other direction. I'm just starting to get copy on you now. We'll be up your way in a little bit. We're running a little bit late tonight. I'm having too much fun here.
Okay, we're standing by.
Yeah, okay. But you're in here. I got your Q5 now. Just a lot of flutter. Okay, K6ERF. K6 Echo Romeo Fox. How about it, Russ? K6MYC. Now that he's got people in the house other than he and his wife, he can't get coordinated to get on here anymore. How about KE6QR? How about you, Gary? No Gary either. Okay, N6 Radio Oscar, Oakley. N6RO, N6 Radio Oscar, over. N6RO, K6MYC. Okay. He must be warming up for the contest this weekend. Probably a 6SSW is probably not there. How about anybody in Clear Lake, N1PPP or KA60SX or KB6 Oh, for gosh sake, I forgot Doug's call. He hasn't checked in often enough. Nobody in Clear Lake either.
Maybe you offended everybody with your bozo comments.
Yeah, I might have. Wouldn't have anything to do with this fact that this is the Bozo Net, would it?
Oh, I forgot that.
Okay. Okay, KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot, KJ6 Kilo Foxtrot Bravo. KJ6 KFB, how about you, Darren? Oh, Darren. KO6KD, Bill?
Hey, Frank. Yeah, Mike, I'm here. KO6KD776.
You're good to log in.
Roger.
Okay. Okay, I know what you're doing. I won't respond to that. Thanks, Aaron. Did Matt know who you were? Did you have to identify?
Yeah, he was confused for half a second when I explained who I was, and he's like, oh, okay, yeah. And he wouldn't reset it, so, and got it back up and running. K6USY.
Okay. I hear CW again in there. Let me see if Dennis is here. WB6ISO, Dennis? Dennis probably went away in a wild fury. He called me 5 times. I answered every time. He didn't answer me one time. Must have been hearing me, but he didn't hear me respond to him. When you give somebody's call and you're calling them and you give them your call and their call and yours, you'd think that they would hear that. Anyway, Bill, good evening, and it sounds like you might be feeling a tad better, I hope. KO6KD, K6MYC in the Bozo Net, over.
Yeah, well, I'm still here. Yeah, so anyway, I'm a little bit better, but I'm just, I think I'm going to turn it in for the night. But thanks, Mike, and good evening to everybody on the net. And I'll say 7-3, and we'll hopefully maybe catch you in the morning, and maybe Bob will be around. K6NYC in the group, KO6KD.
Yeah, I'll be on a longer fuse in the morning, so we shouldn't have any problem. Frank's coming down, but we got some time. Okay, I'm glad you're maybe feeling a little better, but maybe you can get some sleep. Maybe you're so tired now you're going to get some sleep. Have you heard anybody else? Have you heard Darren or have you heard John tonight?
Yeah, John and Darren are both out here. We're here.
Okay, I got you, John. Go ahead, John, and I'll pick up Darren. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, good evening, Mike. K6MYC in the group. KR6MR Bozo 759. A little bit fluttery, but fully copyable, over.
Yeah, well, I guess you were on there last night, but I never heard didn't hear a peep of you. But I know that you had contact with M6RZJ, so it was good that he was there. I couldn't hear anything from K6WIS. I barely could hear him going into the Bay Area on the backscatter path, and I didn't hear anything from him on the direct path, so it was really terrible last night.
Yeah, I don't know. I worked call. He was very clear. You came in for about 10 seconds, 15 seconds, and you were at S4 on the meter, and then he disappeared again. All my hopes were up and dead, just like that.
I guess we need that airplane to hover a little bit longer, don't we?
That or a flying saucer, one of the two.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, well, I had the same kind of response from Larry up in Nevada. I got 3 letters from him out of CW, and I recognized his fist, but none of the letters meant anything because it was partial call or whatever. But that's all I heard one time out of about 10 minutes, which we sat there and called him, and I was right on time. I got there at 8:05, and we called him till about 8:15.
Yeah, well, that's the way it goes. Anyway, I'll let you go. You catch Darren and continue on. KR6 tomorrow, back to net.
Okay, thank you, John, and we'll see you tomorrow night. KJ6KFB, K6MYC, Darren.
Good afternoon. Well, good evening, Mike. Yeah, it is Mike, and it is evening. And this is Kilo Juliet 6 Kilo Foxtrot Bravo.
Did you copy that, Aaron?
6. Over.
Okay, very good, Darren. We got you. KJ6KFB. I called you, but maybe I went by you too fast there. got you in here and pretty steady. It's not real strong, but steady. So we'll look for you tomorrow night on 432, I guess. Over.
Oh, very good. It took me a minute to get the antenna turned around your direction, and by then you were already headed over for Bill.
Was it you that had your antenna backwards last week?
Oh, yeah, I was trying to find something out in the Pacific on 6 earlier.
Have you been able to hear Frank speaking lately?
I actually haven't checked in the last few days here. It's been a while. I did hear it a while back, though.
Okay, well, that'll always tell you if you're turned right. If you can't hear it, then you ought to think about maybe, where am I pointed?
Oh, yes, indeed. Well, I'll let you carry on. You're actually early, and I'm sure that Nevada's going to appreciate you, so I will step out of the way and let you get rolling. Thanks again, Mike.
Oh, it's just 8:30, so we're a little bit behind schedule, but sometimes I don't get to Nevada till 9, so I guess we're early. I've got to try for Redding yet. Let me go up and see if I can get the Redding boys in here.
Nobody's there.
I double with you. Say again?
Then again, you might get up there early and nobody's there.
Yeah, well, that's happened before.
I'm logged out, Aaron.
I'm sorry, there's something else in there?
Ignore me. We're just doing some net control stuff in the behind the scenes. Carry on.
Okay, very good. Have a good one and all. KJ6, KFB.
7-3. Aaron and Frank has also got the capability to come in and look at my computer. So he was asking Aaron to shut the link off for just a little bit so he could get in and check something. We had some noise and the lights were flickering here, and Frank thought there might have been a problem with my solar system, Darren, but seems like everything's okay now, and the internet's back on again. 7-3 guys, KJ6 KFB, K6MYC, looking toward Redding. Charlie November 80, Redding, K6MYC, calling and listening for Redding.
Okay, well, Redding is here. KD6 shortwave, Redding, number 145. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Rich. Pretty good signal. Hopefully it'll hold up. Been pretty intermittent here lately. Let's see if Jerry's in there. KO6HS, how's it for you tonight, Jerry? Over. You're not as strong. You're about readability 3. Readability 3 at the moment, Jerry, but we got you. You're all checked in, 2:30. Thanks for being there, guys. Back to you, and if you tell me, Rich, if you're getting, did you have any rain today, or are you expecting any? Over.
Oh, yeah. Pretty much a lot of rain all day today, and it looks like we're going to have some more tomorrow and the next day. So, what can we say? Over.
Okay, yeah, we hope for some over the weekend. We had a few sprinkles today, but didn't amount to anything. But water did come out of the sky and little droplets, but didn't do anything. And it did it about 3 times over the course of the afternoon for about a minute and a half. So it was a non-event, so to speak. We're hoping for more maybe tonight, but certainly this weekend. We expect Friday and Saturday to get some rain. Hopefully, cross our fingers. To hear you, we'll look for you on 432. Are you going to try 432 tomorrow night?
If I can hear you, I will get in there, you bet, because everything's working about as good as it's going to get. So listen for you tomorrow, and if I hear you, I'll give you a call. Over.
Okay, I did not hear any CW from you on Monday on 6 meters. I don't know if you were there or not. Over.
Well, I didn't hear anything from you at all. It was just a complete washout, so I didn't know when to get in there, Mike. Over.
Okay, well, you can always check the streaming. We're streaming 6 meters now, so you can always tell where I'm pointing and who I'm calling. Over.
Oh yeah, I checked that. You bet. I wait until you start getting up this way here, and I come in here and listen, and I just haven't heard anything the last couple of weeks. Kind of depressing. Over.
Yeah, that's weird. I start on 6 meters at about 8:15 to 8:20, and I start in Nevada. And I come your way, and I've been spending some time pointing toward Sacramento and up your way. You're second on the list now at about 8:30, so you should. And I've usually been there for 5 or 6 minutes at talking to the guys. So there should be plenty of time for an opening. It may be just the wrong time or something. Anyway, we'll keep trying, and we'll try the same thing on 432. Although 432 will be toward the end. I'll be seeing you at about 8:15, 8:10 to 8:15 on 432. Over.
Okay, well, let's see if we have any better luck. It looks like conditions are at least improving here today here for 2 meters, and that's a good sign. You got up to an S9 there for a while, Mike. Over.
Yeah, well, it's down again, but you're Q5, but barely. Okay. Yeah, the band's all over. We just haven't had any good kind of stable conditions lately on any band for that matter. 7-3 for now, Rich, and we'll try again for tomorrow night. And if we miss you, we'll see you Sunday, of course. Have a good weekend if we miss you. KD6SOK, I'm sorry, KD6FSW, and KO6HS, K6MYC, 7-3s, guys. 7-3, Jerry.
7-11.
7-11. Good evening, John. How are you doing?
I just got home. Everything's good. Nothing on 6 today. K6MI.
Well, there was openings. I guess you just didn't hear them.
Oh, dear. Okay.
Well, I don't know. Nobody. I talked to Tom, KW6 in Santa Cruz, and he said that there was indications of openings. He wasn't home either. He missed it all. He didn't work anybody, but he said the band was open, and people around the area were working people, and signals were being reported in. So who knows? It wasn't the best day, so probably didn't miss too much. Did you get the Galapagos the other day?
Yeah, I did get them 2 days ago.
Yeah, that's a good one. Okay, and then the Marquesas yesterday.
Oh, didn't get that one, and I missed PJ2 and PJ7.
Okay, well, Marquesas is on Fox Ocean 5, I guess that's the prefix for Marquesas.
I have to swing the beam around.
Yeah, that comes in when the band's open for Australia and Fox Kilo 8 and stuff, I guess.
Right. Okay, yep.
All right, good deal. Let's see, I'm pointing still towards Sacramento. Is there anybody else in Sacramento before I go to the Nevada area?
Yeah, I'm Mike, WA6LOL.
Yeah, good evening, Dave. And did you do anything on 6 today?
No, I was busy working on the antenna, and I got those 413s moved over to the noisy side of the house, and anyway, it's, you know, I can't get, because my house is in the way now for, at 180 degrees, I can't get below about 35 degrees or I bump into my roof. So anyway, it's but it'll motivate me to get moving. I've got all the stuff I need. I just had to get those things out of the way. So, but at least I can sort of be on the moon. I get some elevation when it gets quiet up there, you know, but it's noisy as hell. But I noticed that when I get some elevation with the 413s, the 213s over there were horrible, but it's working. So I just had it aimed up at ready, and I could hear them about Q3, Q4, both of them. So on the moon bounce antenna, so it's better to the north now and to the west. But anyway, that's what's going on. So now I'm gonna get moving on that, get that tower placed, and and start cutting down trees. K6MYC, WA6LOL.
Yeah, well, you probably won't be able to complete it, but you've got 2 weeks of time where you don't really have to worry about the moon. It's in the low declination area, pretty noisy time, and you've got at least 2 weeks to fiddle around and get closer with the bigger array. Over.
Yeah, it's been pretty miserable, just really miserable that nobody's on. Like right now, there's nobody on, and probably won't be 10 o'clock when I get moon here. I don't expect really to have anybody on there, but we'll see. But I'll see if I can hear anybody. I've added about, I don't know, a couple of dB, 2-3 dB to my noise, but, got to do it. And, having a crappy setup will motivate me to get those things up and working.
Okay. I don't think you need motivation anymore. I think you figured it out. Okay, good. Good to hear from you. Anybody else before we go to Nevada? K6MYC, Bozo, and 2 meters.
WB6JNP.
Hey, there he is, you're home. What happened the other night when you went horizontal? You just disappeared.
I think it was band conditions because everybody dropped. Horizontal was apparently working just fine, but, just more stuff to play with.
Well, are you sure you didn't have a open? To my knowledge, did you work anybody when you went horizontal?
I don't recall. I don't think so. Yeah, it's another part of the system that needs to be gone through.
Yeah, what was the horizontal antenna?
The 2 loops that I got from you.
Well, that should have worked. Maybe the feed line was bad or something, but nobody heard you. They did listen for you. They heard you vertical in the Bay Area, so they knew where to look and they knew you were coming up. And everybody said he's over on horizontal now, and nothing. We couldn't find anything.
Okay, well, I'll make up. That was an interesting configuration. That was the 857 in the truck, and then it was feeding the 2 loops that are on a mount on the back, just behind the bed, or just behind the cab. So what I want to do is put those another 54-inch up, and it's not for driving, but the other thing was I had 2 or 3 pieces of coax, so I need to make a coax specifically for that configuration into the truck.
Yeah. Okay. Well, normally the pair of hole loops should stay together with a 3/4 wavelength phasing line and a 1/4 phasing line, and that should just stay together and just plug into the junction block with your coax from the radio.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I do. Unfortunately, fortunately, the antenna has an end connector on it. The radio's got a 259, and I was scrounging around to find enough coax to get from the back of the truck to the front of the truck with the right connectors.
Yeah, I gotcha. Okay. Well, maybe it was that cable that didn't play. That's the one you got to just make up and leave in the truck, I guess.
Yeah, I'll make up a coax that'll make up for the 54-inch extended mast on it, and then I've got quick connects on it, so I can take the thing off with a 1/4 of a turn, and that way I don't end up having to wrap the coax around the mast.
Okay. Yeah. Well, those are 75 ohm sections, the one that goes up to the top antenna and the little 1/4 wave on the bottom.
Yeah, and those are still the way I got them from you. Everything's the same. Only thing is, it just mounts a little lower on the bed of the truck. So, I think the top loop is about 2 inches below the cab.
Well, that might be part of the problem. The top loop, 2 inches below the cab, and your bottom loop is in the 18 inches off the bed of the pickup?
No, turn it around. The top loop is above everything. The bottom loop is about 2 or 3 inches below the roof of the cab.
Okay, that makes more sense. Why don't you put the thing on the top of the cab?
I don't have a mount for it up there, but on the back of the bed, or on the front of the bed, is a piece of unistrut that goes side to side, and I've got a mount just for that type of an antenna. I just need to put the longer mast under it to raise it up above everything.
Yeah, okay. Well, that'll work. The other thing would be, I still think I have a mag mount that you could have, that you could take up there and just plunk it on, and you wouldn't have to fuss with that. It comes on and off easy. And you can set it down in the pickup bed for travel and up on the cab when you're not traveling over.
Okay. Well, I've had mag mounts on it, and I really don't like them because of the lack of RF continuity. So when I put this together, it works really nice, but like I said, it's just, I haven't got around to completely finishing it. And the normal configuration is the 2 loops go on the back of the trailer, and when they go on the back of the trailer, they're 20 foot up above the ground at that point. So, and I've got coax made up for that, but where we were in the redwoods, and I had this tree right in the back of the trailer, so I figured I'd just do it the easy way and use the bed of the truck.
Yep, I got you. Okay. Very good. I understand why you've left it the way it is, but I do have the mag mount. It's a 3. I think there's 3 mag mounts, 3 magnets on it, and they also have capacitive pads in them, so they couple to the roof of the trailer, or whatever roof you're putting them on. So you get plenty of capacitive coupling. It's just as if it's connected over.
Okay, well, I've got a couple mounts like that I've used in the past, and especially with the low band antenna, it just really didn't like the non-RF continuity, even though it was better than some of the stuff. But I had so many problems with it. I just went to solid mounts and figured I'll bond everything. So when you look at the truck, the unistrut across the back where the cab is, that piece of unistrut is bolted in place with compression bolts, so there's no holes drilled. At one end of it is a bonding strap that goes from the unistrut all the way down to the frame of the truck, to the bed of the truck, and then forward to the cab. And while I was running it, I also looped it around the exhaust line, and it's coupled to that. So I've had more problems on 40 meters with noise, so I got really good at bonding things.
Yeah, well, you don't need to bond anything on 2 meters. Those are horizontally polarized. They don't even need ground. You can put them in the air and it won't make any difference.
Yeah, but, I'm kind of old school.
Well, old school's meaningless. They don't need to be bonded. If you've got an HF antenna on the mag mount, then you definitely need to be coupled. But the amount of coupling isn't adequate for low band HF. It might be okay on 20 meters, but probably not quite enough for 40. So what you're doing is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. But on 2 meters, you don't need any coupling to the car. It won't make any difference one way or the other. Okay, let me move on and get up to the guys in Nevada before they get crazy there.
Yeah, okay, thanks, Mike, and thanks for the suggestions. And like I said, it's a ongoing game.
Yeah, Roger. Did I hear N6RO?
N6RZJ, Bozo 939.
Oh, 939. Okay, good evening, Dan. Good to hear you. N6RZJ, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll keep it short tonight. I'm just having dinner here. Got home late after a meeting tonight, so everybody everybody's sounding pretty good up here. And I've got friends listening on YouTube, so that's a win. Over.
Yeah, good. Okay. Well, you're sounding good. Not bodacious here, but I'm probably not pointed quite right at you either. Anyway, good to have you in. Thanks for checking in quickly after getting back home. And let me move up to the Nevada boys. I can probably still copy you up there.
Okay. Good luck, Mike. Talk to you soon. 7-3.
Okay, here we are to Nevada. Better late than never. Nevada, N7 Whiskey Tango or KB6RQ, no, KD6BQ. We've got you already in there, Richard, but we'll take you if you're there. KB6RQ, no, that's not right. KD6BQ. And N7WT. Who's in there? Who's copying? K6MYC. I hear you. Go ahead. Go ahead, Richard. Yeah, we got you. Good copy. 249. No problem. Go ahead. Are you barefoot tonight?
Yeah. 249. I'm not getting you very well here at for some reason on 2 meters. You're down in the noise most of the time for some reason. Over.
Well, I haven't been pointed at you till just 10 seconds ago. Over. Well, you must have noise up there. I'm copying you. Fight. N6 or KB6, KD6BQ, K6MYC. You're perfectly Q5 here, and I'm giving you full 1500. Over.
Okay, yeah, now you're 5 and 9. Mike, you're 5 and 9. And that was my CW last night. I was trying to work. I couldn't hear you on the radio, but I was working the streaming, and I could see my CW coming through just once in a while, very weakly, worse than I've ever seen it. And I never heard a peep out of you on the radio. Over.
Well, you didn't hear me, and I'm hearing your 25 watts. That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Well, maybe not, but it's just the iPad just was not coming through. My CW hardly made it. Usually I get you pretty good there, but I noticed it was just a blip once in a while, and then the other station you were talking to kept covering me up when I was trying to stand over.
No, that might have been afterwards, but for the first 5 minutes, I gave you full exclusive calls only to you and Daniel. Over.
I was trying to send to you. I was listening to you on streaming, and nothing was coming through for the first 5 minutes or so. And nothing.
That's weird, because that's when I heard you. I heard you about 8:08.
Anyway, it came through just one flip or two, and then I seen on the streaming on my CW, and then like I said, just really poor CW on my end. I wouldn't have been able to copy other than the fact that I heard a few notes, and that was it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I went to CW also and called you. Over.
I didn't hear anything on CW coming back.
Well, the problem is this is a glitch in the system with the 9700. But when we are in the streaming mode, it defeats the 600 hertz offset. So when I go to CW, I'm going to be 0 beat. I didn't know it, of course, because I have it radio set up to be 600 hertz shift. But when you go and stream, it defeats that. Aaron's going to see if he can get a hold of ICOM and have them fix that problem. But anyway, so I was calling you, and I probably would have gotten through if you'd tuned off frequency a little bit, or if I'd been knowledgeable enough to tune off. Over.
Okay, I didn't know that, because I set up my CW plus 600 so that you could hear me on the 9700. And I heard nothing, no CW coming back at all. I heard you guys, I was on the streaming. I could hear you guys talking, but I never heard any CW on the streaming or coming through my radio.
Oh, I did it quite late. Maybe you gave up by that time. I don't know. Let's try it now. Let me go to CW for just a second. We're almost done with the net, so let me do this here. Hang on a second.
there the whole time until you shut the whole system down. You guys shut the, you went off the air. That's when I gave up for it.
Okay. Listen for my CW now. You're going to have to tune off frequency because I'm going to be 0 beat on this frequency. Over.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. I wasn't listening for CW because I've never heard you send it before. And he's always been a voice transfer. And I didn't go looking for any CW, but it wasn't on the frequency. I would have, like I said, I had to turn off about 600 or so. Over.
Okay, here we go. How about that? Did you hear it?
Yeah, K6MYC, KD6BQ. Your KD6BQ, your CW on the 9700 is offsetting down instead of offsetting up. So anyway, I had to tune down to copy you. But anyway, your signal came up here, so I'm copying you now on sideband. Go ahead.
Yeah, for some reason it's going to lower sideband. I heard that. I don't know why it's doing that either. I'll have a look at it. Maybe we'll look at it tomorrow when Frank gets here. But I saw it go to CW, lower sideband, lower side over, instead of upper. Over.
Yeah, I think you want it to go CW and shift to the upper sideband to shift up, because it usually shifts up, 600 hertz or 800 hertz or whatever you set it for instead of down. By the way, while you're copying me, I was going to pass on to you that Zulu Lima 2, Sierra Papa, ZL2SP, said to convey his greetings. I talked to him on 10 meters last night. Over.
Yeah, okay. Well, I've worked so many ZLs over the years. I guess he's somebody that I know, but I don't know any of them very, very well to remember call signs, except for a very few. Over. But thank you for that.
Yeah, Todd, he said he hadn't talked to you in a couple of years, so he just sent his greetings. Over.
Yeah, well, that's nice. I appreciate that. Thank you very much, Richard. Over.
Yeah, well, it's interesting. A lot of QSB on your signal, but I do see part of the problem is my noise floor is up about 10 dB from what it usually is for some reason, and that's making it harder to get you to come up out of the noise. But your Q5 now, it looks like my signal's doing a little better too. So anyway, thanks for coming over here actually a little bit early to Nevada. K6MYC, KD6BQ.
Yeah, well, we've got a very short list of people check-ins tonight, so I was slow with the people that I was checking in, but we didn't get the volume. We got hardly anybody checking in. I didn't even get to 30 tonight. Over.
Good evening, Richard.
Yeah, good evening. Well, I wonder what's happening up here tonight. Everybody's off watching TV or something.
Well, Larry's here, and I don't think Daniel's got his radio fixed. I mean, his antenna fixed yet. Richard, did you hear Ken?
Yeah, I did. Ken's actually louder than you. Good evening, Ken. WA6OIB, KD6BQ. Did you tell Mike about my picture of my 432 antenna? I didn't send him one because I figured he wouldn't be able to see it.
Oh, I think Rob told him about it. Yeah, KD6BQ, WA6OIB. Very nice signal tonight. Yeah, that's quite a picture. I saved it in my ham radio file.
Yeah, well, the guard dog's low on the pecking order around here between bears, coyotes, and bobcats. He's pretty far down on the predator list. Over.
Yeah, well, at least he's guarding your antenna. That's the main thing.
Yeah, he was actually more likely contemplating marking the fence post.
Well, I didn't want to say that, but it sort of looked like that, too.
Yeah, I usually don't let them out there. That little wooden fence enclosure is where my tower is, and that was a requirement of the county to keep the local kids from climbing the tower, as if anybody out here would venture onto somebody else's property uninvited.
Well, I'll be darned. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, mine's all fenced in too, so I guess that's a good idea then. Okay. Nice to hear you. Thank you, and thank you, Mike. WA60IB.
Roger.
Again, back to you, Mike. 86BQ.
Okay. 3, Richard, and we'll see you tomorrow night on 432. And Larry, are you still copying there?
Yeah, you're down a little bit. But, by the way, I created a new antenna for FT8. I made a horizontal 10-meter sway loop out of copper tubing and got it tuned to 28.074 and flat at that frequency, Lord.
For 10 meters?
10-meter sway loop. I made basically a square copper tube antenna, and I tuned it up today. It's at 28.074. It's flat. It'll go up to 28,200. It's 28,400. It goes 2 to 1. But it's 074. It's absolutely flat. I built it for a monoband, your omnidirectional horizontal FT8 operation.
Yeah. Okay. Very good.
Anyway, I'm just waiting now to get up there and see how she works. And anyway, you're still holding in here, N7WT.
Hey, are you hearing me up there in Nevada, WA6LOL?
WA6LOL, hello. N7WT, I see you on FT8 all the time.
Yeah, you guys are booming, and I get you at 110 degrees real well here off of bounce. And anyway, I got the moon bouncing antenna over there. So anyway, I just thought I was hearing you guys both solid.
Okay, yeah, you're right at my noise level. Anyway, good talking with you. Like I say, we'll see you on FT8, N7WT, 73.
Yeah, good actually using our voices to talk to each other. Okay, anyway, I just wanted to see if I could talk to those guys, Mike. K6MYC, WA6LO.
You guys doubled, Richard.
Try it again, Richard. Go ahead now, Richard. You were doubling. Go ahead, Richard.
Yeah, W6LOL, KB6BQ. I'm in Delta Mike 09, about 30 miles north of Larry, and I'm copying you over here from Sonora. Go ahead.
You hear him, Dave?
He just took a fade. They were holding in really well until just right now. Repeat again, and I'll try and listen.
Go again, Richard.
Yeah, W6LOL, kilowatt Delta 6, Bravo, Quebec, KB6BQ. I'm in Delta Mike 09, north of Larry by about 30 miles there. Any copy there, Dave? Over.
Yeah, it faded up really good. KD6BQ, WA6LOL, Charlie Mike 97. Charlie Mike 97. You sound good.
Yeah, QSL to Charlie Mike 97, thanks. And yeah, it's interesting. I hear you occasionally, even though I'm pointed straight south. I'm hearing you when you're talking to Mike often, and you're doing pretty good tonight. So I'm pointed south. I'm not pointed your direction. So anyway, thanks for the Charlie Mike 97 or 97. I'll talk to you later. I'm in Delta Mike 09er, over.
Very good. Yeah. I'm aimed at not even 90 degrees. I'm aimed further south than that at 110 degrees. You guys seem to come in better there than if I go up direct, which is about 25 degrees or something.
Yeah, if I had to guess, you're getting a bounce off of Mountain Peak down there. I'm pointed straight south and probably bouncing off of Job's Peak down there.
Yeah, I think so. But sometimes I can just barely hear you guys off the back of the antenna because the main antennas up there for terrestrial are stuck at 150 degrees. I managed to get them down there aimed at Mike for the net when they were on their last leg. So But yeah, you sound pretty good tonight here on these on the EME antennas. Has some advantages, but it's not ideal for the moon where I moved them, but I had to do it.
Yeah, one of these days, hopefully I'll get on EME, but I'm a lot further behind than you are. So anyway, we'll say 73 and let Mike have the net back there. WA6LOL with K6MYC to take it. KD6BQ, Delta Mike 09 in Nevada.
Okay, very good. And 73, so we'll see you tomorrow night. Larry, see you tomorrow night. Richard on 432. KD6BQ. N7WT in the group, K6MYC, and Rob, I'm going to swing around. We were missing some people in the Bay Area. I may stop there just briefly, but let's go see if we can hear Eddie. And I did not try for KB6RQU tonight, although I was talking to Ben. And if RQU had been in there, I'm sure he would have made noise. Over.
Well, you know, Rick, he doesn't answer unless you call him. But anyway, I wanted to say hello to Richard up there, KD6BQ. You still on? KM6SRR?
Yeah, good evening, Rob. KM6SRR, KD6BQ. You're about 5 and 5 up here right now, over.
5 and 9 here in 7WT.
Yeah, Richard, I'm getting you about 5 and 8 over here. And Larry, you're copied good too there in 7WT.
Good evening, Rob, and 7WT. That's 73, Mike, and 7WT.
73, guys, KM6SR. Okay, Mike.
Okay, 7-3, Larry, 7-3, Richard, and we'll see you tomorrow. It did.
Hey, that CW, that's the original digital.
Yes.
You know, Rob, I'm hearing you better off of the 110-degree mountain also than if I switch to the antenna that's pointed at you.
Okay, I started to lose you because I was rotating down towards down there at Porterville, but I went back up. Yeah, you're sounding good. I was hearing you talk to the Nevada guys. I had a little bit of flutter on you there, but you weren't pointed my way. Over.
Yeah, I'm at 110 degrees. There's a hill over there. It surprised me that I came about for you off of that hill that came out I'm getting for them. But all right, I'll let you guys get out and try and pick up the rest of the stragglers in the Bay Area, the guys to the south. K6MYC, WA6LOL.
7-3.
7-3, Dave. WA6LOL, KM6SR.
Okay, and I am pointed toward Eddie now. So let's see if Eddie can hear me. KE6BK. KE6BK, Eddie, I wonder if you're in there tonight. Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie and the Bozo Net with KM6SRR, over. Now, I guess Eddie's forgot how to turn sideband on, huh?
I think his schedule sometimes is kind of crazy, so he doesn't always get on there, over.
Okay. Anybody else for the Bozo Net before we shut her down? K6MYC.
Yeah, I wanted to play with your CW settings for a second.
Yeah. Apparently, according to Richard, I was in lower sideband. So it was shifting, but it went the wrong way, huh?
I don't think so, but that's what I was going to check. I did know on, well, the other night when you went into sideband, it did get, into CW mode, it went into CW reverse, so that's what I was going to check real quick.
Well, that's reverse. See, that's the opposite, so that's not what it's supposed to do. That's going down like lower sideband, essentially. I could tell because everybody was, I was listening to everybody on voice, but I was copying lower sideband only.
Okay, so real quick, put the radio into CW mode. I want to see what it does, and then I can fix it if it's going into reverse.
Okay, here we go.
Normal CW mode, but okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to push CW to the radio with the frequency offset and go and send your call, and we'll make sure we can hear you.
voila, it worked.
Yeah. So basically, Mike, if you want to go into CW mode, I got to do it on my end and push the frequency shift. If you just tell the radio to go into CW, it's not going to shift and it's going to be zero beated.
Oh, okay, so you can do it from your end, but I can't do it from here, huh?
Correct.
Well, that's not a problem because I don't go CW very often. The only place I would do it would be maybe on 1296.
Yep, and I have a preset for all 4 bands now. So if you ever need to go into CW, just let me know, and I just click a button and it will do it.
Okay, can you go into CW mode and increase the speed a little bit? I think we're doing about 10 words a minute. Let's pump it up to about 13. Can you do that?
Yes, I can. Unfortunately, it's just a knob. It doesn't actually tell me the value, but I can kick it up a little bit. Let's give that a try. Okay, let me put you in the CW mode, and we'll see if that's a little bit faster.
It's a little better. You could go a little bit more.
Okay, 1 second. Let me bring that other window up. Okay, switching you back right now.
No change.
Okay, let's see here. Yeah, it says key speed. I mean, I can go up a little bit faster and see if you can tell the difference.
I haven't seen any difference, really. This may be that I've got a keyer that has the key speed is in the keyer, not in the radio.
Yeah, that's possible.
I can't change it, I don't think, from the keyer. At least I'll have Frank look at it. This little keyer is called a little pedal. That's called L apostrophe pedal, PDL, little pedal. It's a very tiny little pedal. And it's I've had it for about 20 years. It's got the original battery in it that it came with, and it's still working. Over.
Oh, wow. Yeah, this setting is probably for the automatic here in the radio, and man, it sounds like your noise is back.
Now, all of a sudden, I got this terrible noise back again. You're barely coming through. Let me go get the blinker on here. I wonder if it's starting to rain here.
It's raining up here. And it has been for a while.
Hey, Mike, K6MYC, KM6SR. Are you hearing Aaron? Over?
No, I can't hear Aaron right now.
Okay, roger.
Why can't I hear you, Aaron?
He said your noise level is, I guess, 9, Mike, so that's probably why. Over?
Level went way up.
Yeah, I'm trying to just keep talking. I'll find a spot where I can copy you. Go ahead.
Okay, roger. Yeah. And now I can hear myself coming back to the to your radio. Yeah, I don't know, if you're just getting a ton of rain static or what, because your noise floor is through the roof right now, and the noise maker is on. That's not gonna, and you just turned it off, and it's back on, and it's not making a dang difference.
Yeah, well, it's not raining out, so I don't know what it is. It is winding. The wind is blowing, but it doesn't normally make static here unless the air is really charged up and trying to rain.
Yeah, unless you got like a preamp or something that's acting up.
No preamp. preamp except for the one on the radio.
Okay. I wasn't sure if you had an external one.
Not on this system. The moon bounce one does.
Yeah, it's coming down when you turned your antenna towards me. It came down.
I didn't turn toward you. I turned away from you. I can't hear you when I turn toward you. You're behind the hill.
Right. Yeah, you gotta get the bounce off the mountains.
Yeah, I went to. I'm about 240 or something here. Where am I here? 220 something. Okay. Anyway, I haven't had dinner yet, so I'm going to get out of here. I think we're done with this, and we've made some headway.
Yep, onward and upward.
Let me ask you a question. This is totally unrelated to anything we've talked about so far. I have a friend that is not a computer person. She's got an older computer, and she's got her parents lived in Arizona. She lived down there for a while, and her parents lived in Arizona. I think Maricopa County. I'm not sure where she was exactly, but what's happened is they both passed away, and she didn't know it, but her mother had quietly stashed about $100,000 or so in another account, and then never told anybody. I guess she had it as a rainy day or whatever, and then she passed away unexpectedly and didn't tell anybody. So my friend finally got a word from the Arizona people, and they said, we tracked you down, but we've got to. So what it boils down to is she's supposed to get a communications line going with them on the computer back and forth on what they call a highly secured line, and she doesn't know how to do that. Over.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
N6RO's trying to check in.
I don't hear him, but I'll tell him I'll get him. I got him.
Okay, hey Ken, he's got you checked in. He's got a noise problem right now that they're working on, and then he's talking to somebody else about something. But we got you checked in, Ken. Anything else, over?
No, that'll do it. I have nothing new to report. We'll see you on 432.
I hear you. We'll look for you on 432. Bye-bye.
Yeah, that's it, Mike, and we'll catch him later. W6BBS back.
Yeah, we got you. I heard you that time, but I couldn't copy you through Aaron here locally, but I got you that time, Ken. Thank you. 7-3.
7-3, Mike.
Go ahead, Aaron.
Yeah, that's interesting. I've never heard of that before. It's like it might almost be easier just to physically go there and sign whatever paperwork they need.
Yeah, well, she doesn't. It's not easier for her to drive. She doesn't even have a car right now.
Oh yeah, no, I can understand that. Yeah, that's a tough situation.
Anyway. She's got a car from her husband who passed away, but the car isn't. It's a truck, and it's in real bad shape. Not capable of going down there, particularly with a woman driving. The thing breaks down. She doesn't know what to do with it. So right now she's. But I just wondered if you knew anything about that secured. How would you raise the level of secure? To get a more secured line with these folks. I don't know why they'd make you do that, but they are. She's had a hell of a time with them, and she thinks they're cheating or dirty.
Well, and that's entirely possible that might be a scam, and it might actually be a good thing that she's not on a computer.
Well, she didn't get that impression. She gave the name of it's the Arizona Tax Board, whatever they call themselves, Franchise Tax Board from Arizona, not Fed.
Yeah, but they should still be able to handle that through the mail. If it's official, they should be able to handle it through the mail.
Yeah, you'd think so. Well, I'm going to talk to her again shortly. I just thought I told her I had a few friends that were more techie than I am, and I thought I'd ask you. Thank you.
Yeah, just make sure she's not giving out her Social Security number over the phone or anything silly like that.
Yeah, I'll stop whatever's going. I don't think she'd do that at this point, but we'll see what happens. We'll take it one step at a time here. Thanks for your input, Aaron.
Yep, no worries. And, if it is something legit, she probably just needs to find someone there locally to help her out. K6USY.
And I probably got some friends down there that could help her, but we'll have to just move one step at a time here. Anyway, it's enough money to make her, try to put some effort out to get it. Anyway, 7-3 all. I'm out of here. Anybody else have anything else? And I'll go in the house and see if I got the same noise in the house.
K6MYC, KM6SRR.
Yeah, go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, tell your friend to be very careful. It sounds like they have her trust, and that's the first thing that the bad guys get is try to get your trust. And there's always ways of doing it. They may even have found some site where the government puts things online saying, hey, we've got this much money. And so now they're fishing to get the information so they can take it over.
Yeah, well, she's not going to do anything on the short term here. We got her stopped, and she says, I'm stopped until I can figure out what they're trying to do here. So right now it's in a holding pattern, but thanks.
Okay, yeah, the best thing is for her to make contact with her resources on the proper place so that she's not returning somebody else that contacted her. That's probably the best way to make sure it's legit. Over.
Yeah, maybe her bank or something can do it if she knows if she's got a good relationship with the bank. She lives in San Andreas.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's up there above Merced in the foothills, huh?
Yeah, Roger. Okay. Anyway, I'll chat with her before she does anything further with it. So thanks much. Thanks. KM6SRR, K6USY, W6BBS. See you tomorrow, Frank. I think K6MYC and the gang.
Yep, I'll be there in the morning. And Rob, you covered this mic the whole way. Good night, W6BBS.
Okay, Frank. Good night. Yeah, I thought I heard him talking after I keyed down. Anyway, W6BBS, KM6SR 73. Good night, Mike. K6MY.